thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me in this forum. Of course, we need more and more of these kind of evenings, and you know, very informative, and hearing all the interesting information and stories previously. I am very passionate about sport and about technology. I'm an aerospace engineer, as said. I've been working in Formula One, in technology, and I believe in particular in the combination of sport and technology. So, you know, magazines like EV Magazine and sports are very important, because when you are living an industrial revolution like the one we're living, which is the electrification, of course, I mean, the human beings are always very reluctant to changes, and then there are paradigms, then there are interests to keep the status quo, or simply you are too far away for the problems, you know, the environmental huge problem that already many areas of this world are experiencing. And so what is the best possible opportunity, if not a sport platform, to try to drive the change with the excuse of building an exciting sporting format, deliver important message, but it's not only a communication effort. What do we want to propose as a E1, as a World Electric Powerboat Championship, is an execution platform. So we started from our boat, which we call the SeaBird, inspired by the design of Sophie Horn, a Norwegian designer, which is based on a full electric propulsion and foils, because as we can see from the beautiful car behind us, electrification with mobility will oblige us to review completely the experience, the design of our vehicles, because the electrification comes with technology challenges. It's important to change completely the design philosophy, and using the foils allowed us to step up from the water and reduce the density, so the resistance to the acceleration, by 800 compared to the water density. And so this was a very good way to engineer a battery which wasn't too heavy or too big to transport around, because of course, first and foremost, again, we are a racing sport. This is one of the most important part of our, of course, proposition. The championship is a world championship. We have an exclusivity for 25 years for a world championship electric boat with whatever technology existing or non-existing. The vision in 5 years is to be in 20 countries. We will start in December, and the first year will be with, we'll see 8 races. We are building up all our team line, starting from a team in Venice. Sergio Perez is owning a team. He's a Formula One driver now, driving for Red Bull Formula One. Rafa Nadal bought a team, and of course for us was an incredible testament that at least the direction looks kind of all right, because he embraced completely the vision of, again, the combination of the sport, the environment, and what we are trying to do. So I don't want to go too much into the details of what we are designing, which is, again, a sport that is unpredictable, it's exciting, I mean, it will provide enjoyment to the places and through the media. But what is important for me to share with you today is that, of course, we have much more beyond the sport. And when I mention the execution, I in particular refer to our legacy program. One of these is, of course, considering the learning from the automotive world. Wherever we're going to be racing, we will leave behind, if the local authorities will want, the charging infrastructure. So this will allow people to start thinking, okay, I can buy an electric rip, I can buy a leisure boat based on an electric propulsion. Because let's face it, in automotive, I mean, with the road cars, one of the first point of attack, we heard it before, is the lack of infrastructure. So, of course, our will be a symbolic and initial contribution, but anyway, in a good direction. Another one, which is very much related to the most important element of our narrative, which is the water, is what we call the Blue Action Program. We have Carlos Duarte, who is the #1 marine biologist in the world ranking for his scientific contributions and articles and projects, and he's leading a program that we will provide in the places where we go racing, and when we will find the funds locally to implement projects for coastal area regeneration. So this is not only a matter of environment, but we will use those funds not only to market what's happening in this area of the world, but also to provide these funds to the local labor who's going to implement, learn, is going to be educated, is going to be trained to implement this project, and also then get a job, get a new project to deliver. So again, we are a sport. We try to be much more. We try to be a sport with a purpose by design. Wish us good luck. And yeah, we are on the run. We are racers, and I hope you follow us.
Rodi, thank you very much indeed. We've got time for one very quick question, as time is tight. If there's a question from the room, I would go to very quickly. If not, I have one of my own prepared, because I'm that professional. For me, the general public, when they think EV, they will often think cars, vehicle. How important do you think this series could be in raising the profile and the mindfulness of other forms of transportation as an EV?
Well, thank you for the question, because this is really at the heart on how everything started. Again, I come from motorsport, I come from automotive, high-end supercars and hypercars engineering. And I have to say, for a matter of internal dynamics and also for the level of technology that is available, the marine industry is at least 15, 20 years behind compared to the road cars in developing sustainable propulsion. And so this is how, by combining what I have learned in motorsport and by engaging with experts in the sailing and powerboating world, we are trying to innovate by cross-fertilization. So this is still an innovation, and by doing this, we got the state-of-the-art of today's automotive technology into our boat, which is a standard and available technology, so now available in supercars, and hopefully this will be, you know, an inspiration for commercial use, for commercial vessels. And by the way, Sophie owns a company that is designing a commercial boats based on electric propulsion and foils. And so we can say that we are one of the few sports that is born with already a commercial idea, not, you know, with a technology transfer straight away.
Rodi, thank you very much indeed. Is it a very quick question, sir? If it's an incredibly quick one, we will.
Yeah, very, very quick. I'm James Jean-Louis from SeaBird Technologies. I'm a very keen boater, so I'm really excited to see the development of this. Having seen what Formula One has done for automotive, I'm guessing what we're going to learn from the E1 series we'll see into the general market. So I'm interested to watch this series.
Well, thank you, and this is exactly the idea. So from the beginning, you know, I've been in Formula One, and Formula One, especially in the last 20 years, the technology took too much importance in the narrative, and so we went to a point where you know, engineers were leading. I'm an engineer, and we can be dangerous, you know, when you have to then market, because we have fun with technology and expensive stuff. And we got to the point where the technology is amazing, the propulsion system is super efficient, but it's not really implementable in commercial use. So it's a bit self-referential as an engineering exercise. We try to use technology that can be used directly in commercial use, because that's already the case in road cars.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. A warm round of applause for Rodi, please.
Thank you.